Hello, everyone. Very good morning and welcome to the second day of Master Oops ABAP session. In this session, we are going to learn some another new concept which is very important to understand to be master in object-oriented ABAP. We'll be learning today instance and static methods. Then we will be learning what is the old syntax. However, yesterday we have seen the old syntax to create the object. Today we are going to see how we can create the object using the new syntax. We are going to see visibility in little more detail. Yesterday we have covered the public one over here and the private one. The protected one I will show you with the concept of inheritance. It will make sense then. So today inheritance topic also we are going to cover. We'll be looking into the me keyword and what is the super keyword. Along with this, we'll be also learning what is interface and what is abstract class and what is the main technical difference between them and when we are supposed to use which. Okay, so with this, let's go and start. So starting with first this instance and static method. Okay, so yesterday we have seen what is instance attributes and what is static attributes, right? Yesterday we have covered this part and you understood that. So let me have a quick revision for you what we have done in our last class, right? So it will make more sense then. And I believe you have already created your transport request and package, and whatever the objects you are going to create, you are going to put them in the same package or transport. Okay. Yesterday we have seen why object oriented ABAP, right? We have seen due to its robustness, security, encapsulation feature, polymorphism, design pattern, inheritance, right? Modularization, reusability. So all these things are important why we are supposed to use the object-oriented ABAP. We defined the object-oriented ABAP. Object-oriented is just a methodology of doing the programming. ABAP is the actual language. Then we have seen the different properties of object-oriented ABAP: encapsulation, data hiding, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, right? And we have also seen like the different two types of inheritance, multi-level and multiple. Multiple we can achieve using the interface. Multi-level directly we can use. In polymorphism, there are two types: overloading and overriding. Overloading is not possible in ABAP, even using any workaround also. Overriding we can achieve. It is given by SAP to use this one. Then we have seen what is class and what is objects. We have also seen in different other languages how we use the class. What is their terminology? In ABAP, we generally use the term attributes and methods, right? We created one global class in AC24 and we tried to understand the instance attributes and the static attributes. In instance attributes, we have seen that whenever we create an object, all those attributes is having its a separate memory. In case of a static attribute, they refer to the same memory area. That means whenever any value change in any of the object, the new value is going to be here. So this part we have seen, right? We have also seen the public and private. Protected we are going to see today once we'll cover the inheritance concept, right? Now let's go ahead with the instance and static methods. So here it's better to explain with one example. Okay, we will also see how we can use in the program this instance and static. Okay, let me close this one first. Once again, I will have to open, so let me just open it. So go to SC24. Again, we are going to have a global class. Yesterday, we created one global class referring the same global class over here, right? And four methods we declared. However, we didn't use all these four methods, right? Set name, get name, set age, get age. These all are the instance method. If you see that the label, this label, remember under the label, this instance and static option is going to come. Okay. So if you press F4 over here, it's giving the two option. 0 stands for instance, 1 stands for static method. Even you can give the 0 over here, and automatically it is going to take the instance for you. Okay, once you press the enter. All right. So just a quick tips over here. If you don't write to instance completely, or if you don't want to use F4 button, you can either type 0 or you can simply type ins and press enter. It will take the instance method. Okay. Similarly, here you can type the pub and press enter. It will take the public. Okay. Or here, like, 2 stands for public, 1 stands for protected, 0 stands for private. That number also you can give, and it will take accordingly the visibility. Okay, fine. So I've written the description for this. Just now, for the instance method, you would have observed, this you can access with the help of object only. Okay, so first I will show you the technical difference in terms of accessing this one, and then I will show you when we can use the static method and when we are supposed to use the you know instance method, right? So whenever you create the instance method, this instance method only is possible to, and method does not allocate any memory. Okay, method attribute will allocate the memory. This attribute you can see gv name, gv age. Yesterday we were taking the example of gv underscore age, right? Whenever we declare a instance attribute, and whenever you are going to create a new object, for that object this particular attribute is going to allocate the memory, but the method is not going to, this method is just a piece of code. At the runtime, if its code is going to have the attributes, those attributes are going to allocate the memory. This method is not going to allocate the memory. Is it clear, everyone? Are you able to understand? Right, just write here in the chat box yes if I'm making sense. Okay, Oscar is telling what kind of memory it is going to get allocate. So there are again different types of memory, and it depends, you know the situation and scenario. As of now, let's just understand the memory at runtime. It will be there in the RAM basically. So that is a different concept. We'll take up it later. Just you understand, it is going to allocate the memory, you know in case we are going to create the different object. Okay, methods are not going to allocate any memory. Fine. Now, how to access this one? How to access this one? In order to access the instance method, we create the object. Okay, so if you remember yesterday, I have created a program, right? Let's refer the same program. Come here, And you can see that in order to print, right here, just line number 27, in order to print, what I'm using it over here, object, right? I'm using the object. What is my print? Print is the instance method. So instance method you can access through the object only. So let's keep on writing the difference also, so it will make more sense, right? Come over here, and here I will put the instance method, and here I will put the static method, and we will keep on noting down the difference. So instance method, it can be accessed only through what? Only through the object. You won't be able to access the instance method using class name, right? But the static method, it can be, it can be accessed using the class name as well as what? Object name also, you know. So both way it is possible. It is possible both way, right? Now let me show you in practical, right? So instance we have already seen, if you check the syntax and all, it's working fine. The same method I'm going to mark as the static method. Come over here, come here, and this print method, I'm going to mark this as a static method, right? Just save it, activate it, and here it's giving some error, here it's giving some error. Okay, so let me correct that error and I will show you why it's giving the error, or let me show you why it's giving the error. See here, within a static method, only static attributes can be accessed without specifying further information. What is its meaning? See, it's telling boss you won't be able to declare this print as a static method because in this print, you know, we are writing the instance attribute. Okay, it is not permitted. It is not permitted. So inside the static method, inside the static method, you won't be able to use what? Instance attributes or instance methods. So method inside method we can use, but inside the static method, instance method you won't be able to use. Okay, you won't be able to use the instance method or instance attributes. Any instance component you won't be able to use. So what do I mean from the instance component? That means you won't be able to use the instance attribute. Okay, you won't be able to use instance attribute, you won't be able to use the instance method, and also you won't be able to use the instance events, right? This is also not possible because events is also a component of the class. So all these three is not possible, right? So hope you got this point, right? Okay, here inside the instance method, can you tell me, inside the instant method, can you access the static method? Same rule is going to be applied as we have applied for the instance attribute, you remember, right? So in the instance method, here you will be able to access instance component. So whenever I will tell the component, that means all these three things. Okay, attributes plus what? Methods plus what? events. All these three things you will be able to access over here, instance plus static both. Okay, here you will be able to access instance component because it's already instance method, as well as a static component. Okay, so here you will be able to use the static component inside the instance method, but inside the static method you won't be able to use the instance component. Okay, is it clear for everyone? Are you able to understand? Right, this is quite clear. Correct. In a static we won't be able to use instance, but in instance we will be able to use a static as well as instance both. Right, good. Now let's go here, and what I will do then, let's come here and go to the program. These two, either I will have to comment or I have to change its label, right? So come here and I will change its label from instance to static, right? So just put sta, press enter, and now it became your static attribute, right? First one is already a static attribute, second one is now also a static attribute, and inside this print method, which is a static, I have given these two static attribute. Just save it over here, check once again the syntax, activate this one, and this time it will not give you any issue, right? Because inside the static method you will be able to use the static attributes. Okay, now come here, check the syntax, right? What is this geo underscore demo one, right? Geo underscore demo one is my object. Through the object I can access my static method, right? This is what we have learned, correct? So if you see in this PPT, uh, just a second, let me close this. Yeah, so here instance method, it can be accessed only through the object, right? A static method, it can be accessed using the class name as well as the object name, right? So come here, so the it is getting accessed through object name, right? Print is what? My print is the static method. Okay, here. Now with the class name also we can access. This is our class name. Copy this, paste it over here. Now give this print. And with this way also we can access. We can see that it's not giving any problem, right? And if you try to print it, it is printing also, correct? 3 times printing because 3 times the print is, you know, one is here, another is here, and here also we are printing. That's why 3 times it's a printing. So that's not an issue. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Now what we will do that, go here, go back, and I'm going to make this as a instance method. Okay. This as a instance method. Just give ins and press enter. It will take instance method. And inside the instance method, will you be able to access the static attributes or no? Just write yes or no. Inside the yes, we can do. So if you check the syntax, it will not give you any error. Okay. So activate this one and it got activated, right? Activate once again. And now you tell me here in the program, is it going to work fine or it's going to give me the error? Or if it's going to give me the error, give me the line number where it is giving me the error. Which line number do you think that it's going to give me the error? Very good, very good. You got the point, right? Here it's going to give you the error because this is the instance attribute and you won't be able to access through the class name. Okay, so here it's going to give you the error. Check the syntax, and line number 29, this is the error. So this is what actually I was trying to tell you here also. Okay, the same thing. So if you have the static method, it can be accessed using the class name only, and as well as so static, by both way you can access. Instance, you won't be able to access both way, only through the object. Okay, inside the instance method you can use the static as well as instance at a component both, but inside the static method you won't be you know, able to use the instance component. Okay, fine. Now, second point, we are going to discuss how we can, create the object, different way of creating the objects. So one way we have seen yesterday, right? First you have to give the name, right? So first, old technique, and this is applicable. This is applicable before 7.40 plus means, and 7.40 onwards also. Everywhere it is applicable. This whole technique is you can use anywhere. So the first step, what you have to do, data declaration, means you have to give the name of the object. Give the name of the object. How you can give the name of the object? Data name, geo underscore some name, type, ref2, and class name, right? This is the syntax. And then in the second step, what we do? Tell me what we do in the second step. Create the object. What's the syntax for creating the object? Create object and give the geo underscore ref. So this is what you have, the first technique which we have been using, right? So first step, and this is the second step. Okay, now the new syntax. This is only applicable 7.40 onwards. Okay, so the new technique is applicable only 7.40. So your basis version, how you can check your basis version? What you can do, that you can go to the system, system, click on this status, and click on this product version, and here see 7.53, right? So far ahead from 7.40, right? It's 7.53, 13 more than the 7.40. It's more advanced, right? So this is going to support all the syntaxes till 7.53. So this new syntax is certainly going to be supported. If it suppose, 7.31 is there, will it support the new syntax? It will not support the new syntax, right? Minimum 7.40 should be there. Okay, so minimum 7.40 should be there. What's the new syntax? New syntax is, anyone? The new operator, very powerful operator, very powerful operator. And this operator you can use for the purpose of creating the object, and very simple syntax. Inline declaration you have to use for declaring the name, right? So the first step you can do using the data keyword, data, and geo underscore ref equals to new, and you have to just give the class name. That's it. You have to give the class name, and at last you have to add this bracket. Let me show you over here. then you will understand in a better way. Check the syntax over here. Now it's fine, right? So what I will do that, I'll create the second program now. Okay, go to and create the second program. Click on this copy, click on this OK button, click on, sorry. Click on this copy, give the second, click on this copy, and I have to copy everything. And now the second program got created. Come over here. So inside this attribute, I will go and just ABAP demo I will give. Okay, so fine. The old technique yesterday I used, giving the name, creating the reference. So this we tell data declaration part. Also, we also tell that referencing part. We also tell that assigning the name. So different terminology we use for the same thing. Okay, so maybe I will note it over here. This is known as data declaration also, because we are using the data keyword, right? So data declaration, or we can tell the object referencing, object referencing, or we can also tell this one what naming, defining, or giving the name, assigning the name, assigning the name. So all these things, three are the same thing. Fine. And the second is the creating the object, actual memory allocation. Now I want to show you the, so this is old technique, or you can tell the previous technique, and this is only applicable, this is applicable throughout, like now also and previous before 7.40 also. Okay, and now the new way I'm going to tell. So just comment this one and come over here. A new technique is only applicable from 7.40 onwards. Okay, so come over here, and let's suppose I have to create the same object, right? Geo underscore demo one. At this point, everything is commented, so it will give you error that it is not known. But once we will instantiate it, once we will declare it, all the error will be gone, right? So this equal to new keyword, and what's the class name? This is the class name, right? Copy this, and then just you have to put like this. Okay, and check the syntax. What it's telling, class methods can be specified with static methods. Okay, just comment this one, because I have made this as an instance, right? If you see here, go to that, I have made this print as an instance, right? So this way we'll not be able to access. So I'm just commenting this one, check this syntax now, and when I'm checking now, it's not giving any error, right? This is fine. So this is how you can create the object using the new operator. Okay, is it clear for everyone? You got this point, right? So old syntax and new syntax, both we understood. Now let's understood about the inheritance. So once our basics will be strong, then we will go into the advanced concept, and we will see some examples. We'll see the design patterns, right? So step by step we will go. So here, inheritance. What do you understand from inheritance? Yesterday I discussed about the inheritance, right? Parent or child relationship. Parent and child relationship is a good example of inheritance. So here, let's suppose a very generic example first we will take, and then later in our coming classes we are going to discuss with the SAP standard object like purchase order, sales order, delivery, invoices, right? If I take those objects here directly, it will not be very easy to understand. So let's start with the very real-time object, object oriented. That means real-time object, very much similar to the real-time object. So it will be very easy to understand. Let's suppose you have created a class to represent the attribute and behavior of an animal, right? So you have a class called animal. Okay. So you have created one class CL underscore animal. Now, this class, how it looks like, can you tell? What do you understand from the animal? Is it going to give you the concrete meaning? No, right? This is not giving us the concrete meaning. It's giving you the abstract meaning, right? It's giving the abstract meaning. What is the meaning of abstract? Something which is not clear. What kind of animal you are not sure, right? What is the color of the animal you are not sure? Which animal exactly you are not sure? It's going to give you the abstract meaning. So whenever something is vague, Akash has written vague. Okay. So something is vague, something is not clear. That particular stuff you can put as a, so for example, in real-time object, if you see about, let's suppose if you have the order class, right? ZCL underscore order class. This order can be purchase order, this order can be sales order, this can be delivery order, anything it can be, right? So what you will do, you can mark this as a abstract class. How you can mark this as a abstract class? This is known as abstraction. How you can achieve? Using the abstract class. So in abstract class, something will be clear, something will not be clear. Something, what it is clear, you know that some sort of animal is there, but you are not sure what exactly the animal is, right? Getting the point? Fine. So this is what we have, the abstract class. I will show you that abstract class also, right? How you can create the abstract class in the system, but you got some idea about the abstract class at this moment, right? Now, you know that under the animal, ZCL underscore cow can be one animal, right? Then another can be dog, and another animal can be what? Cat, right? So different types of animal we can have, right? Different types of animal we can have. And if you see that this, you know, this particular dog is going to inherit the property from the animal class, right? It can inherit the property from the animal class, correct? So this is how we represent the inheritance in object-oriented ABAP. Okay, just fine. Again, 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 this ZCL is inheriting from where? From the CL animal only, right? And this cat is again inheriting from the where? It is inheriting from the ZCL cat. So like that, it is inheriting from the CL animal, because your animal class is the weight class, abstract class, right? So even one concrete class, so let's suppose you have, this is one case generally we use the inheritance. If this is the abstract class, and from abstract you can inherit, to the different other classes, right? This is one scenario. Another scenario also, it can be like, let's suppose you have one concrete class Z CL underscore maybe class A. Okay, this is a concrete this is not abstract class, this is a concrete class. Okay, And another concrete class you are having ZCL underscore B. So one concrete class ZCL underscore B can inherit from another concrete class ZCL underscore A. So this is also possible. It is not always like you are going to inherit from the abstract class. So let me show you, and then I will show you that abstract one. So going to create two class, simple class. Okay. So already we are having ZCL demo, this, right? So maybe we can use this one, right? So I'm going to copy this and let's copy once again, and another class I'm going to create ZCL demo ABAP 2. Or better, let me close this and I will create one class from fresh. Okay. So class number 2 I'm going to create this one, and class 2 instance generation public. Okay, and click on this save button and give the package name. Click on this okay, and click on this okay. Just save it. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to inherit the class number 1 into the class number 2. Okay, what I want to do, that I want to inherit the class number 1 inside the class number 2. Okay, so already class number 1 is there, right? I want to inherit. This is what I want to do. How I can do? So there is an option over there in the class builder. Okay, so that all the methods and all the attributes will automatically come into this demo one. So whenever you inherit, what will happen whenever you are going to inherit from the animal, all the property of this animal, all the methods, all the behavior is going to come into this cow, dog, and cat, right? All the animal will eat, so eat property will eat method will come, eat behavior will come to all these things, right? All the animal will be having some sort of color, so all the property is going to, however, color is there, but that is abstract, right? But the property is clear that all the dog and everything will be having some sort of color, so color attribute we can give, but we can't understand like what exactly color it is going to have, right? So this child class will be inheriting all the attributes and methods and events, all the component from its parent class. So this is known as what? This is known as actually parent class or super class. Okay. This is known as super class or parent class. And this particular, the lower down one is known as child class or subclass. Child class or subclass. This is known as super class or parent class. Okay. Or sometimes you will tell this is the inherited class. Okay. Sometimes you can tell because you are inheriting this class into this class, right? So sometimes you can tell. So different people use, or in the different, like in talking, we use the different terminology, so we should know like what is this. So anything you can use, super class you tell, or parent class you told, or inherited class you can tell. Okay, and this you can tell inheriting class. This is inheriting, right? So your child class will be your child class, you can tell subclass also, and this you can tell inheriting class, right? So different terminology we are having. Now, how to put this relationship using the class builder? Okay, so go to the system now, come here, and here, so what I want, demo 2 is willing to inherit the property from demo 1 class, which I have already created. So you can come inside the properties, you have the option here, super class, and give this super class. Very easy, very simple. Give the 1, right? And just press enter. And what it's giving you the error? ZCL OABAP demo 1 is final. It cannot have the subclass. Did you understand? Yesterday I was showing you, right? I told you also that if some class is the final class, you won't be able to inherit, right? So let's note down this point. What is final? What is final keyword, or what is the meaning of final? What is final class? Okay, both is same thing. What is the meaning of final or final class? The meaning of this final keyword you can use in method also. So if you mark a method as a final method, you won't be able to redefine. Okay, so final keyword you can use in two context. Okay, so here we are going to write the answer. Final keyword can be used in two context, right? One is the one in context with class, right? One is context with class. That means final class. So if something is final, you won't be able to inherit. So you won't be able to inherit. Clear? Right? That's why it is giving me the error, because the first class I have marked yesterday as a final class. Second thing, for method also you can do the final method. You can use the final keyword. You will be having one option to select in SC24, or in local class also I will be showing you today, okay, how to create the local class. So final method, right? So what's the meaning of final method? You won't be able to redefine. You won't be able to redefine. I will be showing you this one quickly. What is the meaning of redefinition? We'll be looking into. Come here, and in demo one, I will go to the demo one first, and I will remove that property so that I will be able to use it over here. Go into the change mode, go to the properties. You can see that here final I have selected. Just remove this and save it. Check the syntax, activate this one, right? And now go to the second class. Okay, so this is the second class. And now if you press enter, then also it's giving me this function is not possible like that. Why? Because some of the memory issue or something like that. What you will have to do, remove this one, remove this one, and again you have to come back, go to this properties and click on this super class, come over here, control V, and now press enter. Now also it's telling final, it's not taking actually, because in memory it's still understanding that it's the final only. So what I will do, I will just save it once again, activate once again, and go to environment. Here you will be having one option to regenerate, utility section, and click on this regenerate section. Okay, so everything will be regenerated or repaired successfully. Come back, refresh, so your memory and everything will be refreshed. Okay, and just come out from the session. I'm just closing this, so everything will be cleared. Just remove this, go back, go back, go back, come once again SC24, and go into the change mode, go to the properties, go to the super class, and let's give one more try. Press enter, and this time there is no error, right? It's working. So like that, you can just come out from the session, you can regenerate the section, right? How you can regenerate? Go to utility and click on this regenerate section in the first class when you do some, when you remove some final or something like that. Okay, so here if you are going to again mark this as a final in another class, you will not be able to inherit this, right? So what I will do, I will remove this one so that I will be able to inherit this class also into some another class, right? So save it, check the syntax, activate this one, and now it will be activated. Okay, and now come over here, methods, and you can see the methods which is there in the demo 1 class. Here it is coming into which color? Blue color. What is the meaning of blue color? What is the meaning of blue color? Who will tell? Who will tell what is the meaning of blue color? Okay, so inherited method will come, not only method, all the components, whichever the components. So whenever I tell the component, method, attributes, and events. Okay, so inherited components will come in blue color. Okay, blue color. This is the components. Okay, inherited components will come in blue color. So let's go and see some another attribute also. Here also you can see that it's coming into blue color, right? Attributes. So in that demo 1 class you were having, right? And if you want to go to the demo 1 class, you can come over here and just double click. You will go to the demo 1 class. See, and here it is not in blue color. Why? Because this is already implemented and it is not something which is inherited. Okay, so see, one pointer over here, so the blue color represents two things. The first thing, that this method has been inherited from the different class and till now it is not implemented. Two important points it's denote. It has been inherited from parent class and till now it has not been implemented or redefined. Okay, so if you directly double click over here, it will take you to the first class. See what it is telling you. Method set name is implemented in class 1, first class, not in here. So when you double click over here and you click on this, okay, it will take you to the first class method implementation. Okay, so these concepts are, very, very important concept. Okay, see, this is the first class. So while debugging the standard class, or a standard method or a standard code, these concepts are going to be helpful a lot. Okay, so I clicked on method number 2, method of the class 2, and it took to me the class 1. What did you understand from this particular stuff, right? So even here, if you can tell me, print, and it's taking me where? It's taking me here, right? Class number 1 implementation, right? Now I'm going to ask one interesting question to you. Okay, I'm going to create the object of class 2 over here. Okay, I'm going to create the object of class 2. Now tell me, this statement is going to work or not? This statement is going to work or not? This statement is going to work or not? Just you have to give the answer. Okay, is this, I'm going to activate, of course, you can see that it's already activated. So you have to tell what it is. Is it going to give me the same? Here, this object is the instance of this class, right? And this method is not implemented in class 2, correct? It is not implemented in class 2. If you see the print, it is not implemented in class 2. It is implemented in class 1. So what do you think? Is it going to print or not? Right? It is going to print or not? It will print, right? It will print. How it will print? Because what it will do, that if the implementation of current class is not there, it will direct to the super class implementation. So here in this class, this method is not implemented. it is not redefined, right? Basically we tell that it is not redefined. I will show you how to redefine, this is the tool through which we can redefine. But first I want to show you, if you are not redefining, how it is going to happen. Okay, so put the breakpoint over here, just activate once again and put the breakpoint over here, and here also you can put the breakpoint and press F8, right? F6 G O demo 1, and this is the class 2 object, right? You can see that class 2 object. I'm creating the instance of class 2, right? So here just I'm setting the property GV is, and here GV name 20, right? So this object is having all these two property sets. Now when you will press F5, because the implementation of the redefinition of that particular method is not done, so what it will do, it will take you to the first class method, right? Press F5 and you can see that it is taking you directly to the first class method, right? And it will print the value gv underscore name and gv underscore age, gv underscore name Johnny and gv underscore age. That's the beauty of inheritance, that's the beauty of inheritance, right? And that's the what dpc extension, mpc extension in OData you must have seen, right? How beautifully that OData framework have been prepared, right? You are not going to touch their standard class, just you are going to touch your extended class where you have to put the functionality, right? Fine. So press F8 and you can see that it's giving you the output. Is it clear for everyone? Now let's go and redefine. And now I will ask you the question and you have to give the answer. Okay, I'm going to redefine this print method. Okay, here how you can redefine, click on this button and now it will be redefined. Okay, so by default if you click on the redefine, this particular statement will appear. Okay, what it is telling, whenever you will click on redefine, this statement will be appear. It's telling super print, it's telling you can first call the parent class method and then you can write your own code. Okay, but I'm not willing to call my parent class method, but if you want to call, you can just remove this and you can see that the super keyword comes into picture, right? Super keywords comes into picture. What is the super keyword? Super keyword will just refer the immediate parent. Super keyword will just refer the immediate implemented parent. Okay, immediate implemented parent. So super, what is the super? It refers the immediate parent. So immediate implemented parent. You can be little more specific if you want, because so this is what. But basically super, if you talk about it, it refers the immediate parent, right? Let me put this one in bracket. Okay, it refers the immediate parent. So I will show you that part also. Okay, so check the syntax and here activate this, and put the breakpoint. So now let us see how the control is going to be. F3, F8, object creation is done. Now value we are assigning, and now if I press F5, now it will take you to the class 2 method or class 1 method. Who will tell? Just type 1 or 2 based upon your understanding. It will take to me to the class 2 or class 1. Very good. It will take to me the class 2, right? Because at this moment class 2 is class 2 method is implemented or redefined, right? So press F5 and you can see that it's taking me to the class 2 method. Earlier it was taking me to the class 1 method, right? Press F5 once again, and where it is taking you, the class 1. This is the magic of super keyword. Immediate parent it will refer, and there it will print. It's printing, and again it will come back to the class 2 and it will come out, right? It has come to the calling a program, right? I'm just pressing F8, and again it's going over here because another method, right? You can see that another method I'm calling from the program from here. That's why again it's going to. So from the stack we can see, right? We all know the debugging, correct? The basic debugging. So press F8 and this is what we have. Got the point? Now if you want to write your own code also, you can write your own code also here, calling the, so it depends, like if you want to call the super method, it's fine, or you can comment, right? You can write your own code directly. So write, this is class, this is print method of class 2, full stop. Pretty printer, check the syntax, activate this one. Okay, activate this one. Now let's go here and run this program. So F5 or S6, anything is fine here. F6, F6, and here what it will do, I'm pressing F5. Here it has come. Now there is no super at this moment active. So it will just print it and come out, right? And again, another call method. So 2 times simply it is going to, print. So this is print method of class 2. This is print method of class 2, right? So this is how it works. This is how it works. So what you understood over here, super keyword you understood, right? You understood that you can redefine the the inherited method, right? So the 2 basic concept you understood. Now the me keyword. What is this me keyword? What is this me keyword? So let's go to the system once again. Before that, let me show, let me define this one. So meaning of me keyword means it refers the object of the current class. What is the me keyword? It refers the object of the current class. So how you can use this one? Just come here, and it's very simple. Let's suppose I want to access the attribute of this particular class. This is the class 2. Okay, I want to access the attribute of the class 2. So you can use the me. You can write me, and what it was, gv age, right, comma me, and then we have the gv name, right? Full stop. Pretty printers, check the syntax, activate this one. And now it got activated, right? So me will refer the instance of the current class. Put the breakpoint over here, and I will show you what actually I'm trying to tell you. So here, just run it once again, and F6, F6, F6. So geo underscore demo1, this is the object. This is the instance of the class, which the demo2 class, right? If you can see here, this is the instance of the class 2. This is what we have created, this object, correct? And now if you press F5, okay, if you press F5, and here if you see the value of me, so me, as per definition, what I told, it will always refer me. Me means mujhe, right? Me. Me, press enter and see it's referring the current object of the class, this one. So which object it was calling? It is calling this geo demo one, right? And what was the geo demo one? This one, correct? Geo demo one was this one. And here you can see that me is showing you what in yellow color. That means it is undefined here, right? Invalid variable. But when you go into this method, right, this me is the valid variable. So me is accessible inside the method of the class only. You will not be able to use outside of the class because me is a keyword accessible within the class. And me, if you see that it's accessing the same object which was there for the geo demo one, right? Getting the point, right? Hope you are getting the point. So me always refers the current instance of the class. Okay, current instance of the class. So just press F8 and you can see that it's printing the value 220 Janu, right? So because we have written three write statement over there, so three value it is printing. So you understood the me keyword also. You uh, without me it still refers to the same class members, right? Yes, Sandeep, you are right, without me also. Okay, good question. Then what is the use of me, right? Let me show you the use of me. Let's suppose you are creating one import parameter over here. Okay, or let's suppose some local parameter, data gv underscore age type int of 1. So gv underscore age is already your global variable, right? If you check the syntax, still there is no error, right? Still there is no error. If you check the syntax, there is no error. So the same variable is already declared in the class attribute, correct? The same variable is already declared inside the class attribute. So just to go back and I will show you here. If you go to these attributes, gv underscore age is already declared, right? And come here and gv underscore age here also I'm declaring. So this is the local declaration, and whatever you are defining at attribute level, this is what? Global, correct? This is global. You can access this one in any of the methods, right? You can access this in any of the program if it is public, right? Any methods, any program, anywhere you can access this one. But this is the local declaration. This you can, this you can access inside this. So but the name is same. So how the system will define which gv underscore age you want to refer it, right? So I want to refer the global gv underscore age. So in this case you have to tell me gv underscore age, right? And if you simply write it like this, so I'm just commenting this one, gv underscore age equal to 999 comma gv underscore age. You tell me what will be its output when I'm going to run this one, what it is going to be its output. Okay, what it's going to be its output when I'm going to run it. Okay, just type here in the chat box, three output will be there for gv underscore age, gv underscore name. Let's suppose the global variable is having some here a standalone I'm going to run and show you. So here let's suppose you have a one and here me and gv underscore name you are having, let's suppose something like maybe Pankaj. Okay, so you have one Pankaj and the this what just write here your answer in the chat box. Okay, 20 Johnny, that is also fine, good. So it was earlier 20. Let me put 20 and I will put it here, the Johnny. Okay, 20 Johnny. So good. One Pang 999. Very good. So you are getting the, you are getting the pointer. So me underscore GVH, the global one, it's going to, this one, and GV underscore age, it's going to represent the local one, right? So if we're going to call this one from the program, let me call from this from the program, and I will show you how it is going to. So your answer, your understanding is correct. Let's verify this one. Put the breakpoint over here, go to the program and run this one once again. Press F6, 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 and here I'm going to print. So here 20 we're having, Johnny we're having, right? So this, if you see here, me, let me double click over here. So GVH, GV name, right? So GVH 20, right? GV name, Johnny, and GV underscore age, if you see, F6. Okay, this while okay. Why it's overflowing? Anyone? Anyone? Why it's overflowing? Because the data type I have taken int1, right? And int1 takes maximum up to 255, right? So that's the region. Come here and we'll change this data type from int1 to int2 should be sufficient. Activate this one, and now let's run the program once again. So go to the program. Go to the program /o AC38. Go into display mode. Run this one. F6, 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 and F5 once again. And here this time no dump, right? And GV 999, this, and this. Correct? So you can see how useful this me keyword. So if you have the two same variable name, to access the global one, you can use the me, and to access the local one, simply without me, you can use. So this is the usefulness of the, this is the usefulness of what? Me keyword. So you understood what is the use of me keyword and in which situation you can use. Okay, in which situation you will use. Now one simple question. Let's suppose this GV underscore age is not declared here. Okay, is not declared here. Also I have not declared. Now 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 if I want to print this GV underscore age, okay, what it is going to print? It will take the global one, or how? There is no local declaration. So which value it will take? If I'm not going to put the me inside, or it is going to give me the syntax error. What's your take over here? What do you think? Global. Very good, Santosh. Madhu. Awesome. Ranga. It will take the global one because there is no confusion for the system, right? There is no confusion for the system. So if you give simply this one, it's going to take the global one if there is no local declaration. Similarly, sometimes what you will come across, in the signature, whatever you will be having, signature here we have not defined. Let me quickly define the, let's suppose you have a parameter over here. So parameter exceptions of inherited method. See, this is one another pointer. Okay, so this is the inherited method, right? So if you want to have some parameter for this particular method, you have to go into the class 1, and there you have to change. So I came into the class 1, go to the methods, and this parameter I want to change. So go into the change mode and put the cursor here, click on this parameter. So here I want to define some parameter. Let's suppose arm underscore arm underscore test, just simple. Okay, just simple. And the type is the importing parameter. Let me put it typing method is okay, and the associated type maybe char 20. Just save it, activate this one, activate this one, and now this parameter will be also going to be inherited to the class 2, right? So if you come to the methods over here, now this print2 will be having the parameter, right? You got the parameter. Now you go to the source code of this method, and here you have this im underscore test. So sometimes what will happen, this parameter may be the same as the attribute of the global class. Some very rare scenario, but let's suppose if it comes like that. So this parameter will be having like a local or a global variable. Who will tell, right? This parameter will be have like a local or global variable. This parameter, the method parameter, will be have like a local variable. Very good. Local variable, not global. Okay. The method parameter, function module parameter, all these will be having like a, you know, uh, like a local variable. Okay. Here means it will be having like a local variable in context with the global attributes. Okay. So now what will happen, if you want to differentiate, again the me keyword is going to be useful over there, right? So let's note it down, this point. When we can use the me keyword, right? So answer, if you have local declaration. Okay, if you have the local declaration of the same variable which is already present in global, which is already present as global, then to access the global variable, we can use the me keyword, right? Good. So this is a one use case you understood. Now, what is interface? Just 5 to 10 more minutes and we will wrap up our session and you can ask the question. Okay. So what is interface? Interface is very, very powerful concept in object-oriented programming. Okay. Without interface, most of the design pattern, you won't be able to imagine, you know, you won't be able to imagine about the polymorphism, right? So interface is very, very powerful concept. It is very powerful concept in OO, object-oriented programming. Okay. First point. Second point, it is similar to class, but all the methods are empty, empty and not defined. Just it will be like a template, just it's not the concrete class. It is not the concrete class. Just the method name will be there, method definition will be there, so it is similar to class, but all the methods are empty and not uh, implemented. Sorry, all the methods are empty and not implemented. Definition will be there, definition, method definition will be there. Okay, attribute definition will be there. Method definition means what? Parameter will be there. Definition means method will be defined, means method name, method import parameter, export parameter, all these things will be there. Definition means this one: method name, import parameter, export parameter. This will be there. Okay, only the code will not be there inside that. Okay, This is what you will be having the attributes over there. You can define the attributes. Inside one interface, you can have the multiple other interface. Okay. Inside one interface, you can have other interfaces. Okay. You want to be able to create the object of the what interface, right? So object of the interface is not possible. You want to be able to create the object of the interface. Okay, you won't be able to create the object of the interface. Let me quickly show you. Go to the program and how you can create through the SC24. Go to SC24 once again, and ZIF or YIF. This is the naming convention you have to follow. Otherwise, it will not allow you to create as an interface. Okay. Remember, you must have to use the ZIF. This is the naming convention. If you don't give, it will not allow you to create as an interface globally, at least. Okay. ZIF underscore demo 3. Okay. OO ABAP demo 3. OO ABAP. How we are following the naming convention? Just to give me a second. ZCLO ABAP. Okay. So ZIF OO ABAP underscore demo 3 and click on this create button. See, automatically system understood that it is interface and it is giving you the here interface, the pop-up for interface. Okay. If you use ZCL, it will give the pop-up for class. So system program has been designed in that way. Interface demo 1. Save it. Save it. Save it. So method, see your method, you can write it. Let's suppose create some simple method over here. Okay, some simple method over here. Get PO detail. Get PO detail. This is one method. I'm just defining the label, instance, static, or simply instance I'm giving, right? Get PO detail. Get SO detail. Get sales order detail. This is again the maybe a static I want to put it. Okay. Get SO detail. So like that, you can have the several methods. Attributes. PO number, instance. Okay. SO underscore number, static. Associated type numc4. Numc4. Just save it, and initial value, if you want that also, you can put into the single quotes. Okay. So if it is a character, you can put into single quote. If it is the integer, you can directly put it. Okay. Initial value by default value. Check the syntax and activate this one. So your interface is now created, and if you can see that here you have the events option also, types option also, aliases also. So in interface you are having almost all the options which is there in the class, right? So let's compare for the class. Okay. See properties, right? Here also properties, interface, friends, interface, attributes. Friends is not there only, right? Attributes, methods, events, types, aliases, everything is there. Only friends option is not there because there is no meaning of friends in the interface. Okay. We'll see what is the meaning of friend. Okay. So friend option comes at the class level only. So if you compare with the interface and class, only the friends option will not be there. Otherwise, everything is there, right? So you got created this interface, and if you want to use this interface, So from the reusability point of view, this interface is wonderful, and that's where we can achieve the polymorphism. Okay, in more detail I will be discussing it tomorrow, but I will give you just quick glimpse. So in this method, let's suppose I want to use that particular interface which I have created. You can simply come over here, put that interface, press enter, and that's it. You are now able to inherit this interface. So if you want to use or inherit the interface, this is the way how you can do. And if you go into the methods, you will see that interface method is coming over here. And if you feel this name is so long, you can go to alias, and for this you can put a simple name, just to give get PO detail, and here also you can set the visibility. So in the alias also, you can set the visibility for this particular alias, right? So this alias is also very good feature, right? So get SO detail, some meaningful name, some different alias also, some small name also you can give. So instead of having this bigger method, you can simply call this a small name. Okay, this is what actually I'm trying to tell. So for one, I will uh, I will I will remove for one, just remove. So for this I will not give any alias. For this I'm just going to give the alias, and I will. So even if you give the alias over here, it is not mandatory to call with alias. You can directly call with this method also. There is no problem. Okay, there is no problem. So just save it, check the syntax, and here it's telling implementation missing. That's fine. We are going to do the implementation. Come here to this methods, double click, and just write here some piece of code. Get SO detail, something like this. Petty printer, and in the next line I would like to have it printed. Activate this one, activate this, just to go back and activate here. So now go to the and PO detail. Let's print this PO detail also, right? Printing PO detail. Next line. So you can see that interface method I'm defining, right? I'm defining the interface method. So whatever I'm doing in this class, follow the same thing and do in, you have to practice. If you practice, then it will make more sense. Otherwise, it will be difficult to be master in this ABAP. Okay. So you have to do the practice. So let's come back. Yeah, here we are having, right? So in this class, if you see that this interface I'm using the interface, and in this interface we are having these two methods, right? Just I'm double clicking and coming. Just go back, and here inside this method I got inherited these two, right? Attributes also you will it will come, you can say that attributes is also coming. So whatever you have to reuse, you can put that one in the interface, and that interface you can use at multiple places. From the reusability point of view also, this is awesome. So methods, now just go back, and here in the program I want to call one of the method, get SO detail. How I can call? So just put here geo underscore demo 1 and this hyphen, and then this uh, greater than sign, and then control space, right? So see, get PO detail is coming, right? Get PO detail is coming over here. The alias is coming over here, alias name. If you want to call this one using the interface, the interface is also coming. So just select this interface, press enter, and interface component we can access through the tilde sign. Okay, so control space, And see, interface is having the two methods, get PO detail and get SO detail, then PO number and SO number. So just I have given the tilde sign and pressed Control Enter. It is giving me all the possible value. So what I'm going to do, get PO detail, I'm calling, right? So what actually it is happening, I'm calling this particular method of this particular class. Which class? This class. In this class, this method is already there, right? So either I can give the this big name, or using the alias you can also do the same thing. So what is the corresponding alias for this get PO detail? This one, right? So this alias is nothing but this alias I have set for which? This. So instead of giving this big name, you can give this simple name also. Okay, so check the syntax over here, and some error is there. Let's see what's the problem. No value was passed to the mandatory parameter. So if we have defined one parameter, do you remember? And in that, the parameter which we have declared, that was the mandatory, and that's why it's giving me the error. So what I will do, as of now, I will comment this one, and now I will check the syntax. Some error is there, no value was passed to the mandatory parameter. Fine, comment this also, check this, and here some warning is there. Let's read this warning. The component addressed here under the name this is accessed in the current context under a different name, right? So this is what actually it's actually it is trying to tell me that, see, you have already using the you are already accessing the same method, right, two times. This is what actually that warning is telling. So knowingly I am doing these things, I am aware that I am doing the thing, so there is no problem. I can activate this one and just press F8 and F6, 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 and I'll come over here, F5, right? So it is going to call which? This method, right? This method. And now press F5. This will call which method? This same method, right? It will call the same method. See here, the same method it is calling. Just two way of doing the same thing, you know. So this is what the different, this is what the interface you are having, right? This is what's the meaning of uh, interface we are having. Okay, and we'll discuss in a little more detail about the, you know, uh, abstract class, this interface. There are many important concepts which we are supposed to understand. In tomorrow class we'll be discussing those. Okay, mostly we are going to start with the abstract this interface only. I will be showing you some stuff in the polymorphism, you know. Then in inheritance also we are having the two types of inheritance, multi-level, multiple, right? So multi-level inheritance, some sort of that we have seen, right? Multiple inheritance, that also will be discussing mostly in tomorrow class. So tomorrow class is going to be very important. Please be there, and if you have any question, go ahead and ask. I'm just going to unmute everyone, you know, so you can speak. If you want, you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Hey, Pankaj, one
Mm,
question. You
mhm,
mentioned that interface,
mhm,
the methods are defined but not implemented, right?
mhm. Right,
So,
right.
what is the purpose of an interface if we can't implement a method?
Yeah, you just have seen, right? I'm implementing in the class the same interface method I'm inheriting in the class and using in the class, right?
Yeah, but my question was like, what is the
Mm,
purpose if I can do that?
mm.
I can do the same thing in the class instead of defining an interface and then using it again,
But the
right?
class thing you won't be able to reuse everywhere, right? Interface things you will be able to reuse. Interface you can have the, you know, you can achieve the polymorphism with the help of interface. So this thing will make more sense in tomorrow class. You know, just wait for the tomorrow class. You will understand the power of interface. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pankaj Giri here.
Yeah, Giri. Yeah.
So you are explaining about static and versus instance method, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is there any class for static and instance constructor?
Any class for instance.
I meant to say further classes you'll be going to be
We are going to
discussing.
see the constructor, you know, constructor in very much detail. We are going to see. Without discussing about constructor, there is no meaning of this class.
Okay.
Constructor is of two types,
Yeah.
instance and static, both we are going to discuss in very
Okay.
well. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome. Yeah, Prabhakar, you can go ahead.
Yeah, Pankaj. So if there is multi-level inheritance, suppose
Mhm,
two-level
mhm,
inheritance. So if
mhm,
one method is implemented only in the topmost class,
mhm,
and we are in the third level. So if you
mhm.
use the super keyword, it will directly jump to the first level, right?
If it is not implemented in the second level, it will directly jump to the first level. Okay.
Okay. And there
Yeah,
is no visibility concept in interfaces, right?
it's there. It's there. Visibility concept is there in interface. Let's go here. This is the interface, and method is a static method in attributes. Yeah, it's not there at interface level. Yeah, it's not there. Fine. Yeah, you got it right. It's not there, and there is not required actually, because all this interface actual implementation we are going to have in the class. So
But
based upon our based upon our requirement, we can
in
put
the
it over there.
class, we can change the visibility.
No,
We
it's
can.
not there. It's not there in interface. The visibility is not there. We can.
I'm not talking about in the interface in the
Yes,
class.
yes, yes. You can do. See here. Let me show you quickly. Go here, and we are using this class. So if you see here, uh, go into change mode, and here if you see this public, I want to change it, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so you can go to the alias. By default it will be public. You can go to the alias, and here you can change its visibility from public to protected, you know or you can put private. Means based upon your requirement, you
Okay,
can
okay,
put it
okay,
over there. Okay, and that the same visibility is going to appear. Okay.
okay, okay. So
Okay.
it's like a
Hmm.
template, and we can use it as we want in
Right,
the.
right, it's like a template, and we can use as we want.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
means by default interface methods will be public.
Yeah, yeah, by default it will be public. Yes, you are right. Okay.
I have a question on the variables. You define the variables in the superclass and the subclass later on
Mm-hmm.
as import parameter.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's if you are calling, unless I didn't understand why it goes in directly to the child to give you the value, why
Mm-hmm.
it cannot give you from the superclass.
Yeah, from there also it's giving, right? We have seen in the first example that when we were accessing the super keyword, right, it was able to access the child value. Correct. Do you want me to show you once again?
Yeah, please, because I didn't catch it clearly.
No problem. That's why we are having this live session. So nothing to worry. Let's come over here. This print we are having, right?
Yeah.
And this print value, let me set up this value over here. This I'm just commenting this one. Okay.
Yeah.
So print, and go into the change mode, and I'm going to undefine this method. Okay. I'm just already been redefined. Method has already been redefined. I just want to undefine. So click on this method, and you will be having, again it is undefined. Activate this one, and go to the report. This is the report which we are having. So from here we are passing the value. From here we are passing the value. Activate this. Get pure detail is unknown. Okay. So comment this one. Comment this one, because I have made them, protected or private. You remember, that's why it's not able to
Yeah.
identify. So activate this, and now just press F8. So from here we are passing this value. Okay. From here, we are passing this value 20 and Johnny, right? And
Yeah.
this, yeah. Oh, sorry. I have to call the print method, right?
Yeah,
So,
I think this I understood. It's the
hmm,
parameter that
hmm,
I didn't
hmm,
understand. This I understood very well. But you
hmm.
added in the parameter later on. And that parameter I didn't get it. I thought it would behave exactly like those ones.
Uh,
You remember the parameter that you added in for us?
right. Just 1 second. Let me activate this
Yeah,
one.
okay.
ZCL print. This is, this will work. Okay, so the import parameter. Yeah. So your question is, this will not work. Actually, we have to, tuned that we have to make either, optional. So your question, can you repeat like what
Yeah,
exactly?
it's on the parameter itself. You see the
So
first tab
yeah,
there, the parameter. You
yeah,
add it in the
parameter.
parameter.
I am
Yeah,
test.
that
Yes.
one
Uh,
here.
yeah. So here, what you want actually?
I want, because
Uh,
what you showed, it's always be showing the value at this level. But I thought because it's also it's importing from the superclass, the
no,
superclass value.
yeah, from the superclass, this parameter is importing. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I don't give a value in the child class,
Mm-hmm.
will it bring the value of the superclass as everything else?
So in parameters, parameter is for the purpose of transporting the value, right, from the program to
From one to another, yes.
right, from one to another. So you mean to say that here in print parameter, let me redefine once again. Go ahead and just please confirm, like, if I'm getting your question. You were telling that in this IAM underscore test, we are passing some parameters. So let's here pass
Yeah.
some parameter. Okay, so we can pass the parameter like this, exporting, and the value IAM underscore test equals to, and this is the character 20. So let's give some a name over here. I'm giving Elahi. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is the name I'm giving. So now you are telling this Elahi you want to print into the superclass, correct?
Yeah, I would like to print from the superclass
Uh-huh.
while I am in the child class.
From the superclass directly. So say this IAM underscore test, this is just a definition. No, this is just a
Yes, a
definition.
definition, yeah.
Yeah. So, so if you can see here, I'm passing this particular value to this class,
Yeah.
class number 2, right? Because class number 2, I have taken the reference and created the object. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm passing this value over here in class number 2. And from here, if you want to pass this value to the super class, this you can do directly from super class to here. If you want to get, then you have to define the importing parameter. If you want to, yeah, means from there also, from the super class, like here you can see that it's giving exporting. Similarly, we can have the importing parameter. So we can define
yeah. Yeah, I understand the concept now. Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you
Welcome.
very much.
Welcome. Yeah. Anyone else? Prabhakar is done, I think. Riyai, you have any question?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay.
I
Welcome.
appreciate that.
Thank you. Anyone else? If it is there, please let me know. Did you complete the strategy assignment which was sent to everyone? If you have any question from there, feel free to ask. Okay, I believe there is no question. Please keep on completing the assignment, and if you have any question, go ahead and ask. So Oscar, everything is good for you?
Yeah, hi, one question.
Yeah.
So far I was thinking that, just a second.
Yeah, Sandeep. Yeah.
Yeah, so far I was thinking that, I mean, by default, the interface methods are public and there is no way we can change it, but this is a good learning today. So in earlier section, So we can
Okay.
change the visibility.
Yeah, from the alias we can change the visibility. Yes.
Yeah, this is a new learning for me. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Okay, good, good. Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you everyone for attending the session, and let's meet tomorrow. Please complete the assignment, and if you have any doubt, ask. You can ask in the group also, and here also at the end of the session. Better you ask at the end of the session if you have the doubt, so that in live mode, I will be able to give you the answer. Okay. With this, let's stop our class. Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.